Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today your mentor wants to talk to you in the spirit of love about avoiding pitfalls and drama on your path of magic. One of the first things that's really going to happen is that when you will start elevating, one of the worst traps that you can fall into is the trap of ego. Like when things start rising for you and you start learning certain lessons, this is where the pitfall of ego can come in. And I've even seen this on social media, like when you get out of a toxic relationship or you leave a bad situation and get your own place or whatever, you transcend fear. Remember, magic is a journey. It's not a destination, and you can't treat it like you're taking a course at your community college. You can't take it like this. So it's not about getting an A or a B plus, etc. It's not about that. It's about the journey. And I've said this over and over again, but repetition is a form of teaching. So you can't treat it like a course because I'm not saying you shouldn't celebrate getting to a certain space. But then there's going to always be the down current, or like the tarot card of the tower, So just keep going. And when you are having these good times, you should celebrate it. But also know that when something else comes along, that you're prepared, because a mistake that I see people with fragile self-esteem, and you don't even have to be a psychologist to know this. When I see men constantly talking about how much of a king they are, how much of a god they are, or women. I'm a boss chick, or I'm a queen. Queen's this, queen's that. Let me say something to you, and I'm going to say this as mature as possible. You don't have to keep announcing your presence, okay? Being a real king or being a real queen, you move in the energy of royalty. So what I'm saying is the villagers know when the king or queen is coming to the village. The king or the queen don't have to announce that. They have other people to do that for them. So you don't have to do that. Now, dealing with drama. When you're on this journey, people are going to try to suck you back into their drama. The whole thing is that when you see men and women who are beaten down or defeated in their relationships or their marriage because they didn't have the courage to leave, but they build up this sense of false morality. Oh, well, I stayed 25 years or 20 years with my wife or my husband. Okay, you're to be commended for that. Oh, except how much were you drinking? How many affairs was she having? How many affairs were you having? See, anyone can put forth this false sense of morality at a cookout. That looks good. You can put that forth at the cookout or your church or your mosque, but and so do the spirits. You want to know what spirits really like? Spirits like when you fail and you don't stay on the spiritual pavement. They love when you fail because they know that if you are torn to shreds, we get to see what you're made out of. And this definitely extends to when you are working with the Kalipoth or the husk or the shells. You have certain spirits on the tree of death or death that will tear you to shreds. If you don't know what you're doing with the Kalipoth, you could be driven insane. And you're going to run to Thamiel or Samael, Lilith, etc. So they like when you fail because they want to see, can you get up? They want to see that. And they know that the human ego is fragile. Let me give you an occult movie to watch and an analogy. 1999, The Devil's Advocate. Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. Does anyone remember the ending? And I'm sure that a lot of my students and my subscribers have seen it, so I'm not going to give a spoiler alert. You're too intelligent for that, and I respect you. But basically, when he had passed the test of not falling into his father's trap, he fell into it anyway. And what did his father say? The so called devil of Al Pacino. He said, "Pride. I love it." So basically, his son doesn't know it. Now he's right back at square one. That's why you celebrate what you do, but you don't get overly happy. You don't do that. Lower level entities, they like attaching themselves to you or to people around you who see that you're changing and evolving, and they can't have that. That's why I always recommend the spiritual baths like ammonia or rosemary, and you use that. You can even take out, alchemical showers. You can do that. And make sure that you get out in nature and just be by water because water absorbs energy. So be around that. And that's very important. So when you're doing this, be happy, enjoy it, but just know it's a journey. And it's okay to fall because you're going to do that. Just when you fall, don't stay down as long as you did the previous time before. So I love you. And so with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friend. Peace.